Don't focus on being single. Focus on being attractive. Topic inspired by the YouTube's Fresh and Fit podcast, our Rocco TV. What's the other one called? The Red Pill channels and it's shit like that. And I think this my insight applies different to men and women. Um, I read a comment that said, my daddy told me that if you're ugly, don't be broke." And I was like, "Ooh, man, that's probably like a calculation I learned. Um, that's a formula that I had to learn after I decontaminated myself from all the Disney messaging out there. Because I had that belief of, I'm gonna marry my princess. And, and we're gonna live happily ever after in our kingdom. And I think that's so dangerous, man. From Disney movies that they show that thing as the ultimate goal. I'll tell you about this one chick where even today I would think, I wonder what she's doing, and no doubt that she'd be a fucking a pleasure to have in the bedroom. Gorgeous chick, tight little body. Um, cool, cool. I said cool attitude, not the best attitude, a cool attitude. But she wasn't hungry for life. And I don't doubt that if I was with her today, she'd probably be like, "Whoa, that car is cool, but do you have something that's like, you know, more upgrades? What about one for me? What about one for my sister?" And then I still remember her sister had a fat little ass. What about one for her mom? And we can afford it. And they'd be like, another discussion would be, "Motherfucker, I could afford it because your job." Let's say your job is being a wife, taking care of the home, making my lunch, brushing my, uh, making my lunch and massaging my feet. Mm-hmm. But she wasn't like that. She was more like, "Oh well, I'm a modern woman, and I'll have my job over here, and I'll have my pretty money, the money that makes me to get her hair and nails done, and her sexy outfits." But she had no ideas, no creativity, no drive to be like, "Fuck, you know what?" When I was with her, I was doing more business in the much nicer part of Los Angeles. Very nice, and fuck, I picked her up amongst all the badass bitches that were there. She was probably 7.2. I saw some tens that were in there that was like, fuck. Here you go. Here's my credit card. Use it all. No, fuck that. No. I'm thinking about this one that's in particular. This one chick, and she worked at a Starbucks. Hella super duper fine as fuck. And I could see myself fucking her, but not wiping her. Because she always had this very miserable attitude to the point that my coffee would taste more bitter. And I do believe that your food, anything, a bad purchase, someone with a low frequency can touch, then it'll affect the structure, the taste, the smell, the presentation, the odor of whatever it's around. And I would look at this chicken and I'd be like, fuck, man, you're a fucking Ferrari Enzo with a fucking Ford Focus battery and engine. Just fucking pathetic. And a lot of people could say, well, we don't know what sort of trauma she went to and what happened to her. And I was watching the Sean Ryan YouTube channel. And, I've seen enough, I guess, death, violence, cries of death for help. Help me, somebody help me. Hearing the words of evil cowards fucking approaching death. I've seen some to the point that I think I've seen enough of it that even if I was to see something violent or grotesque, right now I'm in the mood for pizza, Italian food. But no doubt that if I was to see something violent and deadly, I'd be like, oh, interesting. I wonder why that happened. Is it justified? All right, cool. Now let's go eat. Man, you're a sick motherfucker. How could you think like that? No. I always, when people look at me like that, I think, how can you think like yourself, When people, I wish you could look at my shoes as I paint these shoes. Because some people say, man, you probably dress all fresh. Something complimented me on one of my shirts yesterday. It's got a retail value of, I think, 160 plus tax. That's if you could find it. And it's a long sleeve t-shirt. And I was discussing fashions with someone yesterday. I was like, yeah, just a good person. Client gave me these. Gave me not just this shirt, but some other shirts that are just as expensive. And I like it. I appreciate it. But there's no way in hell that I'm buying this shit. It's not that I can't afford it, but for me, it's not in my budget. Fuck no. But wait, I'm gonna bring that up. Fashion, because people could say, "Man, I don't want to be a tree hugger," and then I think all this shit is made from oil, petroleum, I believe. I forget the exact science which makes the rubbers or the rubber trees or the trees that are cut down and squeezed and the bleaching, the chemicals of all these dyes, and not just clothing, but not just in shoes, but in clothing all sorts of shit and fucking packaging for fucking a snack. And I definitely lost my train of thought here. But yeah, for me to think about, don't be focused on being single because it said become attractive, and not just attractive to the opposite sex, but become attractive to the world. It's one of my latest contacts that I've made in business. I wasn't like, hey, look at me, look, I can paint, I can design, I can draw, I can create. One like equals one prayer. Fuck no, they saw my work, they wanted to inquire about it or wanted to team up with my side of the businesses together and saw what I knew and how we could combine and work together. And I knew from that connection, just from that connection, I know that it would attract more. And it's cool, just having. Cause yesterday I was having a good time with two sweet ladies, and I'm wondering. I think there's one fucking Poindexter who's I don't know, real bitter, real negative, tough guy, tough guy, and he's always dying for a hello. Why don't these girls put me on the pedestal? Why don't these women try to say hi to me? Why don't people just strike up conversations with me? Why don't people just give me that attention? And I seen this. I see this motherfucker at times. And I think, fucking, it'd be real fun to grab him by the wrist and slam him to the ground, smash his elbows. I'm like, nah. Keep on doing my thing over here. Because there are people like that just want you to be miserable with them, dude. And then those are people that wonder, man, why am I single? Why doesn't no one like me? And I think of this one woman a lot too, where I had a client and I never asked her what was wrong with her, whether she had a fucking tuberculosis, AIDS, or cancer. But I was giving her a tattoo, and I couldn't tell how old she was, but I knew that. I could tell that when I was tattooing her that she was dying, and if she was lucky, she probably would have had months to live, months. But I'm just guessing that she had weeks. Didn't ask her. And she's like, yo, it's working, doing business overseas. She's like, oh, you're from America? Thought you were Mexican or South American. Yeah, I never been to America. Always wanted to be there. It's like, well, look, it's probably the closest, most American thing that I have. Like, I gave her $1, and she got emotional when I gave her that dollar because I'm guessing that she probably realized that, the regret that she had of, because she's never seen a dollar, she's never been to America, and gave her that dollar, and someone else had noticed that I had done that. But later on, this person who saw it, told me that, a good person helps out people that cannot return the favor. And we both know that she won't be here for much longer. So yeah, he's like throwing that dollar away. He knew that dollar was not going to circulate back, right? And I could use that dollar. But I could just sense. I felt her pain so much. I'm like, what the fuck? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I don't know. I couldn't tell if she was in her 50s or 60s or even 40s. She just looked so thin and frail. I remember looking at her and thinking, fuck, dude, her legs are like the size of my forearm. But anyway, so other people saw that, and I earned trust because of that. We're here for fucking so short of a time. And right now, if you were to see my diet, it's the high protein, just enough carbs, baller on a budget diet. Yeah. And I do have a couple bucks saved up. And I could go ahead and panic and be like, oh my goodness, I need more money, more money, more money. And I figured, no, let me just cut off expenses here. And I've probably spent more time with my dogs now. More time on my designs, my canvases. And another thing that tripped me out was, this probably should be a video by itself, was watching the Yellowstone 50-minute recap video. Depressed me, enlightened me, made me feel comfort and disgust at the same time. I'll make that another video by itself. Let me see if I can make it 20 minutes. But to start the intro into that, it's a show on, I want to say on the Paramount app. Starring Kevin Costner. And I think I'll do that too also. Then I'll add the black, then white. Alright, I'll do that now. with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how it works with the longer videos, right? To be continued.